Hello, it's a very sunny day here in Melbourne and I'll be sketching a portrait today. Let's start. This is the portrait that I'll be sketching in this video and that's how it would look at the end. It's also a monthly study and I'll be sharing the previous monthly study art at the end of this video. This is a really beautiful portrait, a little bit tricky with the nose and the lips over here because they had a little bit tilted so you can see a lot of the bottom planes, like bottom plane of the nose, bottom plane of the chin over there. But at the same time, it's a side view, so we don't really have to worry about symmetry too much, which is always easier. Let's start with finding the angles of the head. I can see this line over here where the ear is located. Then let's say the head for the circle of the head is going kind of like this, maybe like here. Then we have like this angle to the chin. Here I would connect it just for simplicity. And here we have the eyebrow lines. So the eyebrow lines, you see, like it's angled, and our base of the nose is gonna be parallel to it, angled. The lips gonna be the same. So those are our parallel lines on front of the plane. So this is our eye area almost. This is our nose, like the box for the nose. The lips, then the bottom lip here going in, chin. Then we see the bottom of the chin and the neck. I usually draw it like parallel two lines for the cylinder. And since I already was doing this study before digitally, I removed the shoulder, and I probably do the same thing. I'm not going to be drawing the other shoulder. What else we have? We have the ear. The ear has a big earring, so it might be stretched a little bit down. So if there is no earring, it's probably a little bit higher up, just a tiny bit. And we can see that the ear is a little bit lower than the nose. Also the cheekbone, I can see it gets the highlight over here. So this is probably where the cheekbone sticks out the most, and it's represents basically the side of the head, and then this side is already the front of it. The highlight is on the front of the face. So these are the things that I'm gonna be looking for. And now I see that maybe my initial circle is a little bit too big. Maybe I wanted to make it smaller, and the hairline is kind of like there. We'll see. Maybe I'll make the portrait way bigger than over here, as long as it fits into my to my page. Maybe the hair is not going to be fitting very well, but this is what you need to decide right now. Do you want it to be really good, or you want to be lazy like me? And very often I'm lazy because I don't care what happens to this study after I finish it. The only thing I care is me drawing it, basically me studying it. But after I finish it, I don't use it, so I don't care if it's not gonna be as perfect as it could. So the nose, the base of the nose. So the base of the nose is parallel to this eyebrow line. Then we have the lips somewhere there, maybe like higher up. I always try to divide this area in 3. So higher up is better, even if it's maybe wrong. So the box gonna be for the nose kind of there, eyes gonna be there, then we have like the bottom plane of the chin. I want to add the lips just because otherwise I'm not gonna see if everything is right or not, because it would just look a bit too weird. So I'm adding the lips to see the full structure if I didn't make the bottom of the face a little bit too heavy. We can see a little bit behind there, behind the nose, we can see the eyebrow and a little bit of the eye area. And hairline is probably somewhere there. Usually when the person is looking like at you without any angle of the head, you have something like this. So this is here equal to, like, so from the chin to the bottom of the nose, from the bottom of the nose to the eyebrows, and from the eyebrows to the hairline. These three are equal to each other. And then there is half of this distance is for the hair. So this would be the hair. But in her case, you see, like, it's not even half, and this one's even shorter than this. It's because she's looking not just like to the side perfectly, she's also like tilted a little bit backwards. I don't know. I hope you understand. So like we see less of it and more of this. So like we almost don't see much of the hair there. Very small forehead, kind of like medium from eyebrows to the nose, and a lot of the from the nose to the chin, and even the bottom of the chin, where in this case we don't see the bottom of the chin. Okay, so that's what's happening. That's why this portrait is a little bit more complicated. Okay, like I feel like this one could be a little bit higher up. And then we put the ears just a little bit lower than this corner here. So where it's ending, it's kind of like ending a little bit lower than this corner for the eye area. I think that's okay. And let's just find the cheekbone. Should be a little bit here. Maybe I'll move the side circle and goes there. So I think it's okay right now. So we have a box for the nose. It seems like I can work with it. It seems like I'm happy with it. If you want to make it perfect and exactly like her, you can measure everything. You can measure the things, like for example, from cheekbone to the ear, and from cheekbone to the chin. From this one is a little bit bigger, and it's kind of exactly like I have. But you can check everything. You can also like check the angles. For example, this angle is this way, this. You can check everything. You can check like all the measurements, compare them here and then compare them here to be more accurate. But I usually don't do it too much. I prefer training my eyes the long way without even checking it too much. What I usually do is turn the image upside down, walk away from it, kind of like trying to judge it just with my eyes without measurements. But measurements are good, and it could be more accurate if you use them. Let's erase it a little bit so we don't have those harsh lines anywhere, and we can go over and make them smoother and nicer. Okay, so the eyebrow is there, the nose, smoothing the corners I had previously, so it's kind of going around the nostril, and then the nostril is on our bottom plane. And then we have a wing. I call them wings because in Russian language we call them wings, but I think in English it's just a nostril. So what happens here with this study is that she gets light from the left, but not everywhere. On her forehead there is a shadow, and I think I'm gonna ignore it, and I'll pretend there is a light from the left everywhere, so that there is no shadow there. So like I'll have light on my forehead. I think it's because some window closed, half closed, like wherever she is in her studio. So that's why there is a shadow on the forehead. But it's a little bit trickier to show it on the drawing, especially the simple drawing that I'm planning to do, that I just don't want to complicate my drawing with it. So the lips are very, very tricky. We can see this side of the lip, and then it's going up and turning backwards, and we can see inside the part of the other side of the upper lip. So it's kind of interesting, and we can see this shadow there. Then the lower lip, the same parallel line to the eyebrow line over here, and then goes to the corner. Then we have this plane under the lower lip, and then we have the chin. So here we're gonna have like a little bit more shadows, same as the bottom plane of the nose and like this bottom part of the lip, and maybe like a little bit lower part of the lower lip. And then we have definitely shadows for the bottom plane of the chin. So this line is super important. We shouldn't show that this is our chin and the jaw. This is not. This is a bottom plane only. This is our bone, and we need to show it very well. This is where we're gonna have the darkest shadows, because here at the bottom we're gonna have a reflection. So here you see later, because it probably gets a lot of sun and it's reflected on her bottom plane of the chin here, and it's lighter than this side of her face, which would be darker. And it's gonna go here, like you see, like there is another plane here, interesting one. It's kind of going from the, not the corner of the jaw, but a little bit here and to the eyebrow. So if you can see, like, this is where our shadow is gonna be. So the hair starts there. Let's add a little bit. They kind of go down and then backwards up, and then some of them from behind go. So for the hair, I would suggest you to make them very loose, not really copying them, but trying to make them feel alive, because they should be flying, those hair. You see, hair could be anywhere theoretically, but the features like eyes and nose cannot be everywhere. This is very precise, and hair very loose. So it could be different ways of marking those pencil strokes. This is gonna be our shadows. Let's mark everything. This is gonna be our highlight here. You cannot really mark highlights because they should be the lightest ones. So you need to mark everything around them. Then we have like this hair in front of the ear, like a little bit here, like short hairs here. I just want to make sure I have a good amount of space between like the ear and the face before I start detailing the ear, in case I need to move the ear a little bit somewhere. Like I'm thinking about this corner of the jaw, and maybe I should move it a little bit higher. I'm not sure. Let's see where it would look better on my drawing, where it would feel natural. So sometimes I need to stop looking here and just look at my drawing to feel it. That's why whatever I'm doing, I'm not trying to follow references too much. I'm just using them to learn the light, proportions. Okay, let's do the eyes, because I feel like maybe like I would need to change the nose here a little bit. So let's do it. Let's find where's the corner of the eyes. We don't really see them, but I feel like they're kind of like there. What we see the eyeball and the eyelid around it, and then we see it's going around here like that, and then we have like our eyelashes in the side view. Eyelashes is super important, and you see like how much thickness I'm adding, because there are like two eyelids combined together with a lot of eyelashes. There's a lot of shadows there. I'm adding more lines there, more darker lines. I want to change her bridge of the nose a little bit. Let's try, and maybe like even the forehead. Let's cut the forehead, and we would have like the eyebrow there, because this line is almost like going down, like straight line down, and then we can have our well, so this is where the most light there, and then we kind of like have so here in between the eyebrows there is a plane, and it gets light, and it will be getting even more light because we imagine that there is no shadow on the forehead. So the forehead would be getting also a lot of light then from the side it would start getting a little bit of shadows. So this one is getting light, and here would be a little bit more shadows, but at the same time this part also gets light. And this full side of the nose, remember it's a box, the nose is a box, is getting the shadows. And this part of the eye also going into the shadows there. Then we can even add more shadows to, instead of simple box, we can split it into like a little bit more complex forms and give different values to show it. And here to show the eyeball form behind the eyelids. So here we have the most light, then it means that over there it's not that much light, it's light, but not the lightest, and we can definitely show it. So on here, on between the eyebrows, the plane of the nose between the eyebrows, the bridge of the nose, we're gonna get the highlight, but at the same time this plane is gonna be maybe like a tiny bit darker around the highlight. Same for the forehead. We need to still add a little bit of shadows, like just a tiny bit, so it's not pure white. And on the side we already giving more shadows. So let's go over here. So here it's a little bit looks like the side of the face, even though it's on the front of the face, but this part is right in front, and this one's a tiny bit turning, so it has less light. We can exaggerate this line from around the corner of the eye, where like I usually leave light on the cheek side and a little bit transitioning shadows to the cheek from the nose. I also want to darken the bottom eyelid there, even though it's not too visible, but I know it's there, so I'll just darken it for the bottom eyelid. And since we have the highlights over here, we want to kind of like darken a tiny bit, slightly, everything to that area, so it gets to be white. I think I'm quite happy with the way it's coming out, so I can probably start going further and committing a bit more with all these big shadows. Why I'm doing it this way, because I'm starting from left to right, so I don't smudge too much. I think it's good. I think it's okay for the study. I hope it was helpful for you. Oh, let me show you the studies from last month. I post monthly studies in my Telegram channel. So we were drawing Dev Patel last month, and you can see the video of my sketch here. And these are the other artists' work. So this month we're doing this portrait, and this is my digital study of the same portrait. You see, like here I was pushing the colors quite a lot with the reds and yellows, like very saturated colors. I'm quite happy with it. I liked the way I did the smudging. I smudged a lot of places, and it feels like I get the focus on the face a lot and the earring. And I'm happy with this pencil study as well. Join my Telegram channel if you want to see the updates of other artists on this portrait. And see you next time. Bye.